Hey everybody, welcome to the final week of class. We're on week 16, and so this week we wrap up all assignments except for the final for the semester. All right, so you just turned in the first outline of Unit 4. I'll have that graded. It'll probably be Sunday at the earliest because jam-packed grading week this week. So you'll have that graded this week. But the assignments that you need to have done include Unit 4 Outline 2, so that's due Sunday. If you're going to do any extra credit, that's also due Sunday. Actually, sorry, that's due Friday. Yeah, extra credit is due Friday. Friday, December, I think the syllabus says 6, but that can't be right. Friday, December 4th. All right, so again, all extra credit is due Friday, December 4th. Not the 6th, okay? So follow the day, not the number. And then your study group's discussion over chapter 13. Now, you also have the 4th lab report. I have compiled your data, and I will be posting that today. And I'll make a very brief video over what those results are. If you choose to do lab report 4, I will do exactly what I did for lab report 3, all right, which is I will grade it. If you earn a better grade on it than you did on one of the prior lab reports, then I will replace one of the prior the earlier lab report grade that you did worse on with your lab 4 report grade. But again, if you're happy with the lab report grades you currently have, you do not have to do lab report 4. It is optional. Okay. So required assignments for this week: chapter 13 discussion with your study groups, Unit 4 Outline 2, and the optional are lab report 4 and extra credit. All of the grades, except for those you turned in on Sunday night, all of the grades should be up to date. So please go through and look to see if you're missing any grades. If you are missing any grades, please email me, okay? I'll find some time this week to get those graded, okay? All right, guys, that's it. That's it for me. That with the videos anyway. I have a full 2 weeks of grading ahead of me. If you have any questions about anything, you need help on anything, set up an appointment. All right, let's go over the things that you're needing help on. Okay, you know, the thing. My favorite part of teaching is working directly with you. In online classes, that's not very easy. A lot of times, students don't reach out to their professor. A couple of you have, and that's awesome, and thank you. For those of you who have not, if you need me this week, please send me an email. All right, we'll set up an appointment. Okay. But as I mentioned, this is my last video because next week we just have the final. You have the final. It will be available on 8 a.m. Monday morning, and it'll be due, and this is important, it'll be due Friday at noon. You will not have the entire week, okay? 8 a.m. Monday morning, that's next Monday, Monday the 7th, until Friday at noon. So that's Friday, the following Friday at noon. So that's Friday the 11th, all right? So for the final exam, you have from 8 a.m. Monday the 7th to noon Friday the 11th. That's all the time you have to take the final exam. Now, I think I would be remiss to not extend to you this thing that I have extended to so many classes before you when they've done work, when they've worked hard. And this semester, if you're here at the end of class, you've worked hard. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but this is exactly what this is for. I'm replacing your lowest exam grade with the average of your 3 highest exam grades. So 4 exam grades do go into your final grade, the grade I calculate. But one of them will be the average of the 3 highest. So I'll take the 3 highest, and then I'll take their average, and those will be the 4 exam grades that go into your final exam, or your final grade, okay? The last thing I'll mention is how I'm going to be grading with the lab reports. So all the lab data collections were still required, but you now only, because I made the last 2 optional, only 2 lab report grades go into your final grade. All right, so like if you do, so those of you who just did lab report 3, I put a 0 in the grade as a placeholder. You can ignore that 0. It means nothing, all right, because the grade you got on lab report 3, if you did lab report 3, again, it was optional, if it was higher than one of the prior 2 lab report grades, I replaced the lowest of those 2 with the grade you got on lab report 3. That's exactly what I'm going to do for lab report 4. So you get so if you do it, a 0 will be put in as a placeholder again, and then if that grade, the grade that you got on lab report 4, again, lab report 4 is also optional. If the grade you got on lab report 4 was higher than one of the first 2 lab reports, I'll replace the lower of the first two lab report grades with the grade you get on lab report 4. Okay, so only 2 lab report grades go into your final grade. So the 0s that I put in the columns for lab report 3 and 4, you can ignore them. All right, again, you do not have to do lab reports 3 and 4. I encourage you only to do them if it could help your grade. If you're not happy, if you made an A on the first 2, then if you want the practice, cool, do it. But aside from that, I don't know what doing lab report 3 or 4, how much benefit it would provide you. All right, but if you made a B or lower, right, then doing lab report 4 at this point might give you a couple extra points. So it might be beneficial. Totally up to you. If you're happy with the B, cool, go with it. Again, it's meant to give a reward to both. If your grade is suffering, here's a way to give yourself some extra points. If your grade is doing fine or you're tired, here's a break. All right. Okay, guys, that is it. So, I guess I should mention one caveat to my comment about all grades being up to date. Your grades for your participation for the last unit won't be done. I do those at the end of the unit, so I'll be doing them next week. Okay. All right, guys. That then is it. So, quick review. This week you'll have your Unit 4 Outline 1 grades graded, probably on Sunday. This week, what's required, Unit 4 Outline 2, Chapter 13 discussion with your study groups. What's optional this week, Lab Report 4, and I'll be posting a video for that either today or tomorrow. And extra credit. But extra credit is due on Friday, December 4th. Everything else I mentioned is due on Sunday. All right, guys, that's it for today. Again, this is my last video of the semester. I want to thank you guys for working so hard this semester. I mean, the first whole semester of the pandemic, people thought the spring was hard. This was insane. I was able to get through the spring because it happened halfway through and I had enough energy to get to the end of the semester. Starting in a pandemic and going to the end of the semester in a pandemic, holy crap. This semester has been insane. So good job. Thank you for sticking to it. Thank you for working with me through this semester. You've been a great class. I've been honestly remarkably impressed with how quickly you guys acclimated. Guys, I was a full-time professor at Cameron for 5 years. Love Cameron. Cameron's dear to my heart. But I know, and Dr. Seeger is one of my favorite people on the planet. We've talked about this. You guys don't get a lot of practice with statistics. You don't get a lot of practice with methods outside of you know, experimental, psych stats, right? And psych research. That might change now that we've got QI. Me and Dr. Seeger that was me and Dr. Seeger's brainchild all those years ago. So QI, quantitative analysis and interpretation. I encourage you guys to take advantage of that. And things may be changing now that you've got two new professors there, two new young professors who are, they may be helping to change that. But I know you guys, on average, probably didn't have a lot of exposure to a lot of the things I was requiring you to do in the labs. All right, and so I tried to make the task as easy as possible while still challenging you. And so I just want to say, guys, considering that challenge, you guys freaking rocked it, and I could not be prouder. Good job. All right, guys. So finally, thank you for being a good class. You should pat yourself on the back and be proud of the fact that you got through a semester in the pandemic. I hope that you get some rest over the fall break. Sorry, over the Christmas break. And I hope that it revitalizes you, refreshes you, and you are able to come back with renewed motivation and energy in the spring. All right, guys, have a great break. Good luck on everything remaining. Again, I'm here. If you need anything, just send me an email. And I will see you all later down the road. Take it easy, everybody.